Romeo and Juliet is one of the most famous love stories ever written. The story takes place in the beautiful city of Verona, Italy, where two powerful families, the Montagues and the Capulets, have been enemies for many years. Their hatred is so strong that even the people of the city are tired of the constant fighting. But in the middle of this endless conflict, fate brings together two young hearts who fall deeply in love. Romeo Montague was a passionate and emotional young man. At the beginning of the story, he believed he was in love with a girl named Rosalind, but she did not return his feelings. Heartbroken and confused, Romeo spent most of his time feeling sad. One night, his friends convinced him to attend a grand party hosted by the Capulet family. Since the Montagues and Capulets were enemies, Romeo had to enter the party secretly while wearing a mask. At the same party was Juliet Capulet, a beautiful and intelligent young girl. Juliet's parents wanted her to marry a rich young man named Paris. Juliet had never truly been in love before, and she was not excited about the idea of marriage. But everything changed the moment she saw Romeo. The two met during the celebration and instantly felt a powerful connection. They talked, laughed, and forgot about the world around them. Romeo and Juliet fell in love at first sight without knowing that they belonged to enemy families. When they finally discovered the truth, they were shocked, but their feelings were already too strong to ignore. Later that night, Romeo secretly entered the Capulet garden to see Juliet again. Standing on her balcony, Juliet spoke about her love for Romeo, unaware that he was listening below. Romeo revealed himself, and the two promised eternal love to each other. They decided that their family's hatred would not stop them from being together. The next day, Romeo visited Friar Lawrence, a wise priest who cared deeply for him. Romeo asked the friar to secretly marry him and Juliet. Friar Lawrence agreed because he hoped their marriage could finally bring peace between the Montagues and Capulets. Romeo and Juliet were married in secret that very day. For a short time, they felt happier than ever before. But tragedy soon began to unfold. Juliet's cousin Tybalt was angry after discovering that Romeo had attended the Capulet party. Tybalt challenged Romeo to a fight. Romeo refused because Tybalt was now secretly his family through marriage. But Romeo's best friend Mercutio became furious and fought Tybalt himself. The fight quickly turned deadly. Tybalt killed Mercutio, leaving Romeo devastated and filled with rage. Unable to control his emotions, Romeo fought Tybalt and killed him. The Prince of Verona punished Romeo by banishing him from the city instead of sentencing him to death. Romeo was heartbroken because banishment meant he could no longer stay with Juliet. That night, the two secretly spent time together before Romeo was forced to leave Verona forever. Their goodbye was emotional and painful because neither of them knew if they would ever meet again. Meanwhile, Juliet's parents decided to arrange her marriage to Paris immediately. Juliet refused, but her parents became angry and threatened to abandon her. Desperate and afraid, Juliet turned to Friar Lawrence for help. The friar created a risky plan. He gave Juliet a special potion that would make her appear dead for a short time. The plan was simple. Juliet would drink the potion, her family would believe she had died, and she would be placed in the family tomb. Then Romeo would secretly return to Verona, rescue her after she woke up, and the two would escape together. Juliet bravely drank the potion the night before her wedding to Paris. The next morning, everyone believed she was truly dead. Her family cried in sorrow, and Juliet was placed inside the Capulet tomb. But tragedy struck once again because the message explaining the friar's plan never reached Romeo. Instead, Romeo heard only that Juliet had died. Completely destroyed by grief, Romeo bought poison and returned to Verona. When Romeo entered the tomb and saw Juliet lying still, he believed she was truly gone forever. Overcome with sadness, he kissed Juliet one last time and drank the poison, ending his life beside her. Only moments later, Juliet woke up from the potion's effects. She saw Romeo lying dead next to her and realized what had happened. Broken by heartbreak and unable to live without him, Juliet took Romeo's dagger and ended her own life. The deaths of Romeo and Juliet shocked both families. The Montagues and Capulets finally understood that their hatred had destroyed the lives of their own children. Filled with guilt and sorrow, the two families ended their feud and made peace with one another. The story of Romeo and Juliet became a timeless symbol of true love, sacrifice, and tragedy. It teaches us how hate and anger can ruin lives, while love has the power to unite people even after terrible loss. More than 400 years later, Romeo and Juliet is still remembered around the world as one of the greatest love stories ever told.